Welcome back to this new episode. Previously, we were dealing with the pilot helmet bag. So the point here is to take advantage of the softness of the milliput paste, and using tools of various sharpness, I replicated the folds and the openings. What I like about the milliput paste is that you can model it very easy, and with the help of water, it's possible to smoothen it when required. Here, I'm adding those tiny handles that slowly started making the model more familiar. I'm adding a base layer of gray just to make sure that the final color will grip nice to it. Here's the primary color of the bag. I'm using an olive drab, and it will be the darkest of the upcoming colors. The reason why I chose this technique is because, in my opinion, when I spray the lighter color at an angle afterwards, it kind of simulates the way light shines on most exposed features of the object. As you can see it happening in this particular moment. You can definitely notice that the object has gained some depth to it. Here, I'm highlighting the edges of the seats just to make sure it has some depth to it. In order to emphasize the depth of the opening, I'm using the same base color I applied in the first step, but this time with the aid of a paintbrush. As you can see, by applying it through the folds and around the base of the object, I'm helping the eyes to perceive a realistic 3D effect. To realize the effect of a zipper, I'm applying the gold color through a paintbrush, and step by step, this piece of a dried paste is starting to look like a real pilot bag. I printed a homemade decal of the Lebanese flag, and voila! There's your cherry on top. Let's take a short 20 seconds break and let me show you some of the sceneries that those mighty Lebanese Air Force pilots gets to see from their flight deck. Credits for these breathtaking scenes goes to TWA Production. See info in the video description for full video. So let's get back to the Gazelle. The new feature I'm adding to the heli is the fire extinguisher as seen in the pictures. I'm using a cylindrical shaped styrene plastic that I recovered from my sprues. For the extinguisher's pressure dial, I used a styrene rod and drilled it with a 0.3 of a millimeter bit. So amazing enjoying my time when highlighting those tiny details with different color palette. And slowly, you start seeing something that looks like a piece of plastic to something that looks like a fire extinguisher. Once again, I'm scavenging some old decal sheets to add some details to the object. And here's the final result. For the flight sticks, I found that the original parts were so naive, so I recovered some upgrade parts from my old kits that looked much nicer. And if you're interested in seeing me painting those upgrade sticks, leave me a comment below and I'll make sure I'll create a video for that. The cabin floor had holes in it where you should install the tail rotor pedals. I decided to fill those with a stick and chose to place the pedals in a correct position where they sit on the real Gazelle. I'm leveling off the cabin floor with this base color. And detail after detail, the cockpit is starting to look much more interesting. Now that we have reached the end of this episode, I would like to thank you for watching. And please don't forget to hit the like button. Your support means a lot to me. You can help me sustain this channel by subscribing, and by hitting the bell, you will get notifications for when my next episode comes out. If you want to actively support my future projects, please consider becoming a Patreon, which will also give you a sneak preview on my current and future projects before they get publicly announced, as well as a direct support for you to improve your modeling skills. Info in the description below.